Before it's even begun, the G20 summit in South Korea is already testing the limits of international cooperation to the full. As he arrived in Seoul, the text of a letter from President Obama to his fellow world leaders was released. In it, Obama warns against relying on the historic excesses of American spending and borrowing to drive growth in the future. We all now recognize that the foundation for a strong and durable recovery will not materialize if American households stop saving and go back to spending based on borrowing, he writes. And he calls for countries to work together in pacing the global recovery. Yet no one country can achieve our joint objective of a strong, sustainable and balanced recovery on its own. The build-up to the G20 gathering of rich and developing nations in Seoul has been diplomatically tense. The US gunning for China for keeping its currency artificially low against the dollar, boosting Chinese exports. But many economists say the US is far from being without fault. They point to last week's decision by the central bank, the Federal Reserve, to snap up $600 billion worth of debt from banks and companies to encourage the banks to lend again and the companies to expand their businesses. That move boosted US stocks, weakened the dollar and lowered interest rates. It also sparked the outrage of many of the world's healthier economies, Germany and Brazil among them. It's a risky move because while it encourages US firms to expand, it risks inflaming a trade war with the G20 members and could even encourage bubbles like the one that burst so spectacularly in 2008. As the G20 gets underway, these are the issues that will dominate discussion. Expect heated debate, if not outright bickering, before the final communiqué is issued. John Terrett, Al Jazeera, Washington.